Okay, this is a remake of my reaction video to Julio Jones possibly getting traded here. I tried to make a video earlier, but I couldn't breathe. Like I was like and my hands were like shaking like this. It's still shaking a little bit because this news hit me. And it's like, I kind of saw it coming in the early 2020 season. Like I was like, oh, Julio Jones and Matt Ryan, the Falcons may rebuild here. We might see them go. If this is a rebuild, I said if, I didn't say it is, but if it's a rebuild, I'm not going to toot my own horn because why am I to toot my own horn if I'm freaking out that Julio Jones is getting traded? It's like, why should I toot my own horn for something I am scared of? But if this is not a rebuild, this is a reaction video. I don't have like thought out thoughts here. My thought out thoughts on Julio Jones getting traded is probably going to be in Dirty Bird discussions this Wednesday. Like I'll kind of look through why the trade would make sense or why it wouldn't make sense, and I'll talk about it. But this is just a quick reaction. Like, what am I thinking at this moment when I see this news? Okay, here's the thing to me that at the moment doesn't make sense is the Falcons want to I guess flex out the cap space, but how would that make sense? If you trade Julio Jones now, wouldn't that actually put you in a pretty bad situation in cap space? I don't really know how that makes sense, so I'm going to have to look into that. But another reason is maybe the Falcons are wanting to trade Julio Jones because they want to get more picks in the draft. So a trade down kind of seems likely here. Or they want to keep Kyle Pitts at 4 because they want to use him as a wide receiver because he's like the younger, wide receiver here. And Julio Jones is aging, so they want to get rid of him and get all these younger stars for Matt Ryan. I have no idea, but, a rebuild to me is if they get a new quarterback, I guess. This is just a quick reaction. If they get a new quarterback, then maybe I would think it's a rebuild because they're getting rid of their veteran wide receiver. They have younger wide receivers here. But if they're keeping Matt Ryan and get Kyle Pitts as a wide receiver, then, I don't know. I don't know how trading Julio Jones at this moment makes sense. I really don't see how it makes sense. I would keep him in 2021. And then if you want to trade him in 2022, I guess that makes a little more sense. But at the moment, man, I can't think of why it makes sense at the top of my head. I just can't. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, maybe they want to use Kyle Pitts as a wide receiver, but he's a tight end. I think you would want to use him as a tight end first. Or maybe they want to trade down and get more picks, but why would you get rid of Julio Jones, And then they want to flex out the cap space, but that wouldn't... I don't see how it makes sense at the moment, but let me know what you guys think. I will see you guys tomorrow.